Hey everybody, how's it going? So after, 10, 11 months, I'm shooting the Mandalorian Season 2 showcase. Welcome back to the semi-weekly vlog. Now, I already shot Ahsoka's segment, and it came together really nicely. Had the Corvus background set up, and speaking of backgrounds, I did also get the new monitor in place, and it's looking really nice with the curved display, and it's working out. Gonna have to get a different stand for it, though, because unfortunately the default one it comes with doesn't actually bend up and down, which is not helpful. But yeah, right now shooting bo-katan segment, and this is also coming along pretty well, and it's just still crazy after having finally finished these customs to be sitting here working on a showcase video finally that I have spent several days scripting out and prepping and just everything that goes into shooting one of these videos. But again, for, live action customs basically of Bo-Katan, Ahsoka Tano, the return of Boba Fett. Like, this is still kind of wild. Okay, so now this is the Boba Fett segment, and I also realize this is sort of acting as my Book of Boba Fett showcase, since I won't be doing a showcase for his series, considering I just made this figure and there aren't enough significant differences in his armor to justify a whole nother Boba Fett, unfortunately. And I won't be making Fennec Shand or anything. Like I told you guys numerous times already, I do want to get back to MCU customs in celebration of Spider-Man No Way Home, and so it's just kind of cool, man, because I'm so proud of this figure, and obviously it would not have been possible without Nate over at Nate's Minifigs, and even as a figure that I worked on periodically at random points throughout the year, I am just still no less happy with how Boba Fett turned out. My first ever custom for Tamara Morrison's return as the character.
A little later.
All right, what is up? It is Disney Plus Day, everyone, and you know what that means. Well, first of all, the shot is awkward because instead of like reorienting my whole tripod, I just spun the camera around because I'm kind of shooting my Mandalorian Season 2 showcase still, and I don't really want to mess with the whole setup. So excuse the frame, but we've got a bunch of new announcements. The Marvel Studios section, I guess, is already over now. They hit us with a ton more logos, really starting to give us vibes from like San Diego Comic-Con 2019, for example, all over again. And I guess they did it in 2020 as well. I kind of forgot. But anyway, a bunch of surprise announcements in here, like, of course, the cast for the Willow sequel. But also, that was actually a pretty funny video.
I was in Solo with you.
No, that's actually the one Star Wars movie I haven't seen.
But also, we've got the Amazon... Nope, I almost said the Amazon Echo series. We got the Amazon Echo... I almost said it again. I'm not awake enough for this. We got the Echo series officially announced, which is of course going to be an offshoot of Hawkeye. I'll be honest, I don't know shit about Echo or who that's supposed to be, but from what I understand, could offer us a potential link to other characters that could potentially also be in Hawkeye, like Kingpin or maybe Daredevil. Who knows? But they should be showing up. What else was announced? We got the Agatha House of Harkness series, which is very exciting. I guess, honestly, we should have seen that coming considering how big of a hit Catherine Hahn was in WandaVision. So that was kind of a surprise, though, still. And then we have the Ironheart logo updated, She-Hulk logo updated, Secret Invasion logo updated, Miss Marvel logo updated, now coming out summer 2022. Thank God, that's one less figure I have to worry about. And then we have What If Season 2 confirmed, so that's hype. They gave us a little still of the Watcher and some Season 2 text, which is very exciting. I love me some Season 2 text. But really, for the animated Marvel stuff, we have the Spider-Man Freshman Year series coming out, which is cool. I don't know anything about that. I assume because Sony are difficult, that's probably not going to be Tom Holland doing the voice for whatever that is supposed to be. But we also do have what was I? Oh yeah, the X-Men 97 sequel series follow-up reboot. So I wasn't alive. That's exciting for everyone who loves that series. I was never one of them, but maybe now I can be. And then we also do have There was something, oh yeah, Marvel Zombies. That's pretty cool. I'm kind of wondering if that's going to be a offshoot of the What If episode, which would be awesome. Because I really want to see that continue. Because that was a really good episode of What If Season 1, and obviously left off on a big cliffhanger. But anyway, apparently they're posting like first glimpses of everything to Disney+, so I'm going to go watch some of that for all the Marvel stuff, if it's up. And there's also like a Boba Fett documentary thing, and they posted that Kenobi featurette officially now, so they're pretending like they just released it, but I appreciate it. Okay, so it's been like a day or so, and now I'm set up for the Axe Woves shot, and then after him, I just have the Dark Troopers to talk about. Then I can move on to setting up the intro and the outro, and eventually move on to the skits after that. But I want to take a second to talk about the first, I guess, big leak from the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, which is looking incredible based on what we have seen from the original featurette that was played for investors during Disney Investors Day 2020 last year, you know, when they announced Hayden Christensen coming back. I think when they showed the first Bad Batch trailer and, you know, basically all those, last big Star Wars announcements. That's when they announced the Lando series, the Acolyte series, and so on and so forth. And so this featurette that leaked is the same one that we didn't get to see last year. And in it, it's depicting Obi-Wan Kenobi fighting against Vader again after Revenge of the Sith in an incredible looking environment. And you also have this really amazing shot of Vader on his throne inside his castle. I can't believe this is real. It looks so amazing. There's also this really cool Rebel base, which looks great. I really can't wait to see what that looks like finalized in the show. I bet it was cool. It definitely looks like one of the most unique ones we've seen thus far. You also have the shot of Obi-Wan on the Yopi, and this is not fan art anymore. This is real. This is happening. And this one in particular looks like it could be the Jedi Temple. I mean, the windows on the left look very similar, and even though it's all modernized for the Empire and more metallic and cold, it looks really kind of similar. And the doorways on the right also look similar to the Jedi Temple, especially if you were paying attention during the Clone Wars. So that's what I'm thinking this must be. We might finally be seeing the inside of the Jedi Temple post Revenge of the Sith. So it looks amazing. I cannot wait to see it. And yeah, we have the trailer tomorrow. So this whole vlog is just really a big Mandalorian showcase, Kenobi, and you know, huge Star Wars announcements and Marvel announcements vlog. So I'm very excited. So now I'm pretty much wrapping up the minifigure segments for the Mandalorian Season 2 showcase now with Din Djarin himself. I don't have the Beskar spear on him at the moment because I did finally pull that off because I don't really record these segments like in sequential order all the time. However, it is kind of poetic to finally end this whole saga. At least the last minifigure segment of the showcase is going to be Mando himself. Obviously, he took front and center last year in his own video with Grogu, so that's why he's kind of at the back because this showcase and this project has obviously been about the surprise characters that appeared throughout Season 2. So I didn't mention it right away, but last night was a bit of a moment because kind of in between shooting, a certain new Hot Toys figure arrived. And of course, it's none other than Captain Rex by Hot Toys, their first ever Clone Wars release. Of course, many years ago, they helped with the making of Sideshow's clones, but this is their first independent Clone Wars figure, and they kicked it off last year to everyone's surprise in May 2020 when this figure went up for pre-order, and I still cannot believe that happened, that it's already been a full year, and now this figure hit final production, and he's here with us and arriving at collectors' doorsteps. He does not disappoint. This figure is literally a dream come true. The highest quality Captain Rex figure that has ever been released, with high quality engineering and an absolutely brilliant likeness, of course, now tailored to Rex with his blonde buzz director's cut that also looks so good. Of course, this is not all that is offered with Hot Toys Captain Rex, because in the package as well, you've got his particular darker version of the 501st jetpack with the thrusters, the DC-15S carbine, which is the Legends designation for it now, but I do not care. But also in the box, check this out, might be a little thing, but it's still a big deal for Clone Wars fans, macro binoculars and a floodlight. Man, if you collected the Clone Trooper battle packs back in the day, or the Clone Wars sets, or really any sets from Lego, those accessories are iconic, even if they weren't a focal point ever in the actual show. And it's so cool seeing Hot Toys fully realize so much of the iconic Clone Trooper armor now translated over to this 1/6 scale figure. I just cannot believe it. Captain Rex fully delivers in every way, and I just cannot wait for the rest of the Clone Wars figures to also release, because it was shocking when Hot Toys also revealed prototypes for Ahsoka Tano, Maul, 501st Clone Troopers, Shock Troopers, Anakin Skywalker, but in his Clone Wars armor, and Obi-Wan also in his early Clone Wars armor that unfortunately never went up for pre-order. And even now, over a year later, they randomly posted pre-orders for ARC Trooper Jesse and Captain Vaughn, also from the Siege of Mandalore. Hot Toys, the best 1/6 scale figure company in the world, committed to a full lineup of Star Wars The Clone Wars figures, and I could not be more grateful and more excited. It is definitely tough keeping all of them on the installment plans, as they've been hitting all in this one singular season, and definitely it's not something I want to do again. But Star Wars The Clone Wars being pretty much responsible for so much of who I am today, getting the absolute best collectible figures that will ever be offered of my favorite characters of all time, was completely non-negotiable. And so while Captain Rex is just the first of the Clone Wars figures to arrive, he's definitely not alone in waiting for Ahsoka and the rest of the Siege of Mandalore figures, because Anakin and Obi-Wan from Revenge of the Sith, along with Commander Cody and Sideshow's unfortunately pretty wonky General Grievous, are all here too, and I am completely out of space. Okay, now this is the first of the two big intro and outro shots. This is what the intro shot is going to look like for the Mandalorian Season 2 showcase. Flipping the camera around really quick though to give you a better look at exactly who I have in the frame for the intro shot. I decided to stick primarily to, the bulk of the figures that are new for this project, right? So I don't want to throw in like Phoenix's Moff Gideon or Grogu or anyone quite yet. There are some things and like the unmasked looks that I do want to save for the closing outro shot, and I was even kind of conflicted as to who I wanted literally in the front for the frame, and I decided to go with Ahsoka, but originally I was thinking maybe Boba, since I'm not doing a Book of Boba Fett showcase, and this is kind of like my pseudo showcase video for that series, but also maybe the Mando V2, even though he's a figure that you've primarily already seen last year in 2020, but I think I'll have Din Djarin front and center for the outro, and it'll look pretty freaking cool, just like this intro shot, which I am really satisfied with. And it's also just really strange because, I haven't really set up a full showcase intro frame like this since the Snyder Cut project, and I am really happy with how this is looking. And even though it's so delayed and so incredibly late, I mean, I kind of sound like a broken record at this point. I've been saying it throughout the vlog. There is something kind of a blanket bittersweet feeling to finishing a project that is so incredibly late, but I'm so proud of the work that finally getting to set up this shot is still really rewarding, and I hope that you guys do enjoy the video. But I'm going to get to shooting this intro bit now, and then set up the outro shortly thereafter. Okay, and now this is the final shot of the showcase video, the outro to the Mandalorian Season 2 showcase right here, and it came out great. Flipping the camera around once again to give you a look at what's going on back here, you can see I've got Din Djarin front and center. Originally, I was going to give him the Beskar Spear, and I did at first, but then I realized, obviously, the Darksaber is the best choice, and I think that was really good for rounding off the video. And then I also made sure to unmask Boba Fett. I moved Ahsoka over to the left here now, and I also unmasked Bo-Katan, put Moff Gideon up there by Phoenix Customs in handcuffs, got Luke Skywalker without the hood now, and he's got Grogu in tow, and then I've also got my Fennec Shan, which is not really a custom, it just kind of has some painted elements. Kind of like I said a bit ago, it is sort of bittersweet to actually be doing this and recording the ending shot, even though I still have the skits and everything to film. And this is the final shot of the video before the outro and everything plays, so this is the end, right? Even though it's not filmed in order. Bittersweet, I guess, is the word, but it's more of like I'm excited for the future and to make No Way Home customs, the Batman customs, and Doctor Strange customs, and hopefully Endgame customs where I can fit them, because I was working on Smart Hulk again, actually thinking I would have time before No Way Home, but it sucks, man, because I always treat every showcase now like it could be the last, because you just never know where life takes you, and really from one moment to the next. So I don't know where 2021 went, like I've said many times. So I get excited by the future and hope that I can pull off the projects that I do want to pull off in the very near future, and I'm going to do my best to try. It's just it's not so easy anymore, but I still love to make custom Lego minifigures. I still love the work, I still love the outcome, and all of you guys being so supportive and so patient with me, especially all of you guys who are here and those of you still over on the Patreon. It means a lot, because I'm not always around, even though I do post this semi-weekly vlog a lot, because it's easier content for me to shuffle out than what I prefer to go up on the main channel, the higher quality videos there. I went from a pretty wild series of projects a few years ago to really leveling off, I think, into some mild form of burnout that presented itself, not really in the short term like I think it does for a lot of people, but for me kind of over the long term, even though I still continued to make a handful of customs in the last couple of years. And I am hoping for a return to form. I hope it works out, and I hope to see you guys next time, and I hope you enjoy this Mandalorian Season 2 showcase, even if it is coming out literally now a year after the Mandalorian Season 2. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. So take care and stay safe out there as always, and keep creating. This is the way.